of introducing our dynamic leader, Dr. Rajesh Arora, the director of Dr. E.Y. Patil Institute of Management and Research. He has a sales experience to managerial direction to academic leadership in the past 27 years. This includes overseeing the entire educational institution by crafting new business strategies for growth and expansion globally. Sir has done master degree in marketing management in 1995, doctorate in business policy and administration in 2002 from Mumbai University. He has certified trainer, facilitator from the Clariton Advanced Management Institute, USA. Sir also received the Best Speaker Award from Toastmaster International US in Middle East. He is also the Practice Leadership Award in the Southeast Asia Summit of Talent, Management and Organizational Development. Sir also received the Contributory Award to Higher Education in the World Chancellor and Vice Chancellor Congress. Sir also received the title of Bharat Shiksha Ratna Award by Global Education Foundation, New Delhi. Now I request our director, sir, to deliver the keynote address. So please.
Good evening, members of the dais, Kasim Desai, Madam Doshna Desai, and our great TPOs. I actually not TPOs, I would like to call you as placement heads of the institutes, because you are actually building career of so many people, my dear faculties and students. It's a matter of honor and pride to be participating in this kind of an event. In spite of my so much of experience in academic for last 20 years, I never thought of having some meet like this. So I want to thank Mr. Arjun Kale for this, to organize an event like this, that in one platform we can meet so many people. At the same time, our dignitaries, Dr. Kasande and Dr. Abhay Kulkarni and Madam Deshpande, that it was just like in one phone call they said, yes, we are coming. Because they are here to share their valuable information. And I think that makes a lot of sense. I've been always thinking about what do I really actually share with you when there are people who have been also running the show for so many years. I would like to take just 5 minutes to very quickly summarize and tell you that there are certain important things which are essential, quintessential for a placement head to look at it when we build our careers. It is said that there should be a skilled India by 2020, and if this is possible before 2020 also, not an issue. This is not a vision of the country, but it should become a mission of every individual in the country. This was said by our ex-president Abdul Kalam sir. And I think that is what we all need to work out when we find very scary statistics that comes out in various places which says that 10% of the students are employable, 15% are employable. So I'm sure whatever we discussed today in terms of challenges, you all know about it. Right? What the ministries come out with figures in terms of institutions, you all know about it. So what is different, what we should do in this TPO meet, and that is what we thought to share an agenda, which I think is available on the desk to everyone. Is there with you? So I think that's how we look at it, that how the placement head is able to connect with the industry, because I see you as a very strong bridge between the industry and the institute. You are the only person who actually goes out of the institute to hunt for information and hunt for potential customers. So if I'm going to term you sometimes as a salesperson, please don't feel bad. Even I'm a salesman today, also standing in front of you to sell my ideas. And I always say that in the industry when we make sales calls, I always say that if you make sales calls, like I meet 5 customers which are known to me, I need to meet 3 customers which are new. Because we get, in our performance appraisal, we get special marks to say that how many new customers did you build up. And we call sometimes that as key account management process and key account development process. And today, in fact, in the NBA guidelines and NAC guidelines, it says that how many companies are coming to you, how many opportunities you provided is fine, but how many companies are coming again next year to take your students, and how many took more number of students as compared to last year? So we need to have an answer for that. So it's not the question of placing 120, 180 to 40 students. We always say like a management goal which is broken up into a larger goal broken up into smaller units. And that is what we did here, and that is what I've been working with Vinay also very closely. And we did there also, and trust me, it brings fantastic results too. Then I don't want to place 120 students or 180 students, but what we are looking at is that how many students want to get into banking sector, how many wants to get into finance, how many wants to get into automotive, how many wants to get into manufacturing. So we've been asking students as to what is their area of interest, 3 industries which you can provide to us. So we start looking at our database, and we start looking at what kind of companies we are bringing it out, so that the response level becomes good. I'm sure you always will be struggling with response level from the student side, right? You do a lot of work, they don't give response. So here also we did that. They will do a sectoral classification, because somewhere we studied segmentation, targeting and positioning, the STP strategy. So we are just using what we have learned in the past, and I think that has given little better results to us. Because of our MD exercise currently, we have Dr. Dypimr Tpo who did a lot of analysis with Dr. Sena, and we studied for last 5 years to see what our trends are in SIPs, and which industry sectors students are looking out for more. Because I always say that you just don't have to be #1 institute, but you can become #1 by saying that if finance पढ़ना है तो इस college से जाके पढ़ना है. If marketing is done, it is done from this college, because these students are very good here. So I think that's how we start looking out for becoming specialists for sectors, rather than just becoming specialists for a specialization or saying we are specialists for our MBA program. That's how we look at it. I say always that we do 5 to 5 to 5 calls every day. Some people have told me in the past it is possible नहीं है, 2 calls से ज़्यादा नहीं होता है. But I have been a salesperson throughout my life. I started my career as a salesman with a company called 3M and selling postage notepads and corporate selling. And we used to make 8 to 10 calls, and I'm sure FMCG people make 50 to 60 calls a day. So ultimately it is time management, and I said 5 new customers, 5 new emails and 5 new telephone calls. So that every day if you do this job, then out of 300 customers you have connected with in different forums, you will find at least 30 customers who will be interested in you. I'm looking at the same conversion rate of 10%. और ना तो उनको सबसे सुनना है, चाहे वो स्टूडेंट हो या फिर कंपनी हो. It's like that. So till the time we don't listen to those, we would not enjoy our job at all. And that's how it should be. So we need to create some kind of forum where we can discuss all this out and share information with each other. So that makes more sense. When I was in sales, I think my first basic interest is to be able where to get these 5 new customers. One is your boss says to do it, so you have to do it. But from where you get it? So in my sales experience, if I went to the 3rd floor of a building and there was an appointment, but then I'll go to the 7th floor and then I will come down 5 stairs and meet all the customers to see who are those customers. So I'll meet 5 more customers. But numbers will go up because we need to find out which are those. There's some slides which you will see which are coming up on the screen. When we say that MBA finance, normally the challenge I've seen in every institute which comes up is that we put them into insurance selling, relationship manager's job. So we look at it. These are some different names which you see. I've just gathered this as a sample for you from Naukri.com, and these kinds of jobs for MBA finance is available as of today's date. This just done today morning. It's available in Pune. Now the question comes up is that even if they apply for this, do we really have those people with that stamina to take this charge? Now does that become a question mark for us? Yes or no? We need to start looking at that. So as a result, this year I'm sure it is gone already, but I think next year placement strategy, if you look at it, you need to tell your students also to do this exercise, because every company is communicating what are the roles and responsibilities these students should have, the employee should have. 0 to 1 year experience. I'm not talking about experienced people in this at all. If you cut, copy, paste that even in a Word document and probably that becomes a contribution from your side. You've done a sector analysis, you have make them understand the roles and responsibilities, and then when it is discussed at the academic forum, that this is the finished product I want so that I can market it well. So from the output, we are going to the input, looking out from those levels, and so that's how I would say that there are innovative methods we'll have to look at doing the same job. Ultimately, we are doing the same job. And last but not the least, I want to say that students are finished product, and there are some students also sitting here. I have said this same thing in the last institute also, and even the institutes in Mumbai too. The question is not of your admissions, the question is not of the quality, but the question is to identify and match my current product with the current market. That needs to be done. So for me, it's not important if a student can't speak language English, but they can speak a local language, and probably we need to find out a job which suits in the local language, because an FMCG retail person does not speak English with a retailer. So he can suit it very well there too. So logistics, operations management, a lot of options that have come up. So ultimately we have to coach students not for the first job, we have to coach them for life. And that's where I think challenges that come up, we would look at it to discuss. So I look at that you are able to give strong feedback to the institutes, to build up the quality, to communicate what the industry expects from the institutes. At the same time, what the institute also expects from industry, so that they don't take away our students too early, and without a specialization they get their degrees, and then half-cooked product will not be tasteful at all. And I'm sure you don't eat any dinner or lunch which is half-cooked, right? You cook it properly and then you eat, so you enjoy the flavors also. So I think these are some innovative thoughts, and there is a panel discussion at the end. I would be very happy if everyone shoots queries to the panel members, and even express your thoughts. And if you have an innovative idea, please share it with an abundance mentality. Aisa nahi ho ki bhai, if I share this idea, this is my institute idea, so I don't want to talk about it. I think we are only sharing what we are doing right now. And we have a nice placement strategy that comes up for all the colleges in the future. And thank you once again for you people to come here to make this event actually happen. Right. Great, I'm sure you're going to enjoy the entire discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.